Okay, and we'll take a look at the arm. So the thing with this is the shoulder part is amazingly intricate. Actually, there's a lot of parts that make this up, and right down to inside these vents is a separate bit of plastic, even that one, and then these actually pull out, they're individual. Then you get the two-tone colour, and you get an inner frame, you get this little bit separate, and you get little bits that join on here, which I haven't attached yet because they're going to need glue. Lots of detail on the shoulder. I'm very impressed with how these go together, because these are very, very small parts for the inner frame that you very rarely see, actually, them done in this way. And then the arm itself, you've got the ball and socket joint. You got some really nice detail here, and I'll show you how the actual arm mechanism works. So that's a double joint, and you're going to get the full 180, as you can see there. And really nice arm guard, by the way, I find on this design. It just looks really, really cool. So sleek. And the hands, nothing too special to write home about, I guess. They are the kind of master grade, ball jointed, separate fingers. The free, trigger finger split, but these three you can separate if you want to, and they do all come with ball joints. Excuse me, I'm not sure if you can see there. They are all individually ball jointed if you wish to separate those apart with a razor saw or something. And as with all new master grade kits, you get that extra joint, so the fist can go in and out separate to the actual socket joints into the arm. So that is the arm. So we'll move on. Let's have a look at the actual binders. These come out quite easily, actually. So yeah, these are quite loose, so something probably needs to be done about these, but let's take a look at the binders first. We'll pull these off. So the binders themselves are very impressive. When you build this, there's about 4 layers of plastic to this. So you've got the inner frame, and then you got the white part that bolts on, then you got the blue part that goes on top of that, then you got these black parts that go on top of that, and there's a few more parts up here that are all separate. And really, really just amazing how this goes together, actually. And you can see there, that is definitely more detailed than your average Bandai kit. Lots of nice detail with the lining as well. And these little mechanisms are quite impressive, with how much they can move around. And also just stylistically, they just have that angle stylized look to them that I really, really like. So that's cool. The actual fin funnels, I think these aren't very different from the standard master grade, but they do have a clipping mechanism. I can't show you the insides, but they do kind of lock in place, so that's quite nice. And that comes into play for the special effect parts, which I guess I'll take the opportunity to show you now. So that's the fin funnel opened up in attack or defensive position, and let's just show you. So you're going to get these little translucent parts, very much like the Strike Freedom full burst mode if you've had that, and these will just basically attach onto the end with a separate connector, and that gives you the impression that they're sort of zooming along. And you also get the lightning effect inserts. Now, I'm not going to bother using these, which is why I haven't taken them out, but I've shown you these in the unboxing, but that obviously goes inside there, and you get the other effect part. And you also get the clear rods to display all of this, but honestly I think it looks a bit crap. I don't really like the flimsiness of it all, so I'm just going to display it without these. And plus I like the way they look on the back, attached to the binder, much better than how they would look, sort of flying around. Now I'm going to forget this if I don't do this now, so I am just going to show you. So we'll take a detour from the actual kit. The stand is quite special because you see all of these little holes. Well, they're not just there for show, because the clear plastic rods you get, you can wedge them in all of these little sections and have your fin funnels, you know, coming out every which way, or whatever way you want to play it. And also, the base is something special as well, because it looks pretty cool. You know, you got the Amuro A design, which you know quite often you see on the shoulder pieces and all that. But the base isn't as simple as it looks. It's quite chunky for good reason, because if I can remember which way these flip out, you get 4 parts, which is built into the base. Excuse me if I'm not getting these in shot. I'm just trying to sort of get them all out first before I show you. So you get 4 parts that flip out. So you get this, and you know, these 2 down here. And what these are for, these are also for displaying. You shove the clear rods through there, and you can have them, you know, displaying these in a, you know, like a V formation or whatever you want. So the base is actually really nice, and this is included free, by the way, in the kit. So very, very nice. Okay, let's get back to the actual individual parts, and I may have to separate this, so we'll see how it goes, because the video is getting quite long now. But okay, I'll show you the. Even though this doesn't move, the stabilizer, I am still very impressed with it, because look at how nice that is. You're going to get a very stylish looking sort of dagger hook like appearance to this, very different to the original design. You get a lot of detail on this, and you even get some inner frame to this. You get some really nice looking thruster parts in there. So very, very nice, even though it is static. There's no, you know, that's just a peg and there is no movement to this whatsoever. Okay. Now, the legs. These are quite impressive, probably the most impressive part of the whole kit in my opinion. But first of all, actually, we'll try and get these skirts out of the way. But these skirts, by the way, they're made up of a lot of parts. First of all, you'll be impressed with this. Let me see if I can take off the back skirts without snapping the peg off. Okay, now you're going to get this inner frame part, which, look at the detail on that. You will not see that on a normal Bandai kit, and that detail basically comes off this kit's resin roots. So very nice to see if you want to mask and paint all that off. It's going to look really good. So you get the inner frame, then you get the white part bolted on, then you get some inner frame showing through. But not only that, these are actually little parts that you press in afterwards. So like I was mentioning in that X plate from my previous video, these go in separately, so you get more detail, and that basically means you're going to be able to paint these independently, a different colour, and you know, have it show up. Then you got the blue part that wedges on top, and then you got this black part to cap it all off, and then another white part. So this back skirt alone, you're talking like 4 or 5 different layers just to get the job done. Now, you don't see that on the master grade Bandai Strike Freedom, so you know, very impressed with that piece alone.